I was asked if I had any opinion on the Medris Hedra and if the HX Stomp or Helix could do any of these types of effects. So the chap who asked me this has been quite patient, so I wanted to kind of do a video exploring this. So this is the preset that I put together, and I'll just walk you through it. One thing, I think the actual Hedra is kind of poly. Pitch on the what I'm using here is kind of poly-ish, but not really. So you just want to avoid playing notes that are too close together. So like fifths will be fine. Octaves, probably avoid thirds too much. But anyway, that's just a little primer. Then the other thing that's going on here, I did this. And you can kind of shift this, which I think had a really cool sound. Anyway, so let's just show you what's going on here. In this one, I've just got a matchless channel 1 amp and cab block, just to keep that simple and keep as much DSP as I could. And I've got the harmony delay and then another harmony delay. The reason being the Hedra has 3 possible voices, so I thought we'll have 4. The settings here, I've got this one linked to minims, or as you Americans call them, half notes. Is that a thing? Anyway, and then for this one, we've got them set to crotchets or quarter notes. Yeah, feedback 50, both in the key of A, which is the default, both in the major scale, both the mix at 50, and then voice 1 shift I've got a 5th, and that's pan to the left, and voice 2 shift is a 3rd, pan to the right, and the scale 50, so that'll be crotchets I think on the left side, and on the right hand side or left, whichever is actually happening, you get that one. The scale here will be 100% of whatever that note value is, so that's a full minim. Then over here we've got the voice 2 shift is a 9th or a 2nd, and a 4th, and if I switch this to here, the voice on this one changes, I think, maybe it's on here, to a 5th from the 2nd. So you get that kind of little glide, which I actually really dig the sound of. So the other thing that I've got going on is, if you look at the feedback, so if I do this, I could switch them to 100, and I thought that was quite a little creative way of using that harmony delay to create some kind of soundscapey stuff. It's quite an intelligent kind of shifter, so you may want to try being quite specific about what you're going to play with it and plan it a little bit, because if you're not, you can get some kind of clashes and but I really like the sound of that actual shift. The other thing I was thinking you could try doing with this, if we can, be to chuck like a reverse delay after it, maybe. See what that sounds like. We set the mix kind of fairly high. Maybe a bit lower than that for just a bit less of a kind of cool. And the other thing I was thinking is maybe you could use the glitch delay as well and chuck things up as well from here, like you can go up 7, and this one is actually poly as well. So it's possible to get some really, really cool tones out of that kind of combination, I think. So as I say, not particularly polyphonic or anything, but if you keep it in this kind of major realm, I think it's got some really cool sounds. You can obviously snapshot it into different keys if that's the thing that you want to try, but I'm going to try this a bit more over the next coming sort of weeks or something like that and try and come up with some more uses for it. But as you can see, using them in parallel has kind of a cool sound as my phone goes mental. But I'll catch you in another video soon. Hopefully that was vaguely interesting. That's the harmony delay. Yes, you can do sort of Medris-ish Hedra things with it, but the kind of limiting factor is you're not going to get lush kind of poly. Things going on like that. To maybe stick to like roots and fifths. Otherwise things can get a bit crazy. What else have we got going on in the parameters? Pan. There's no kind of feeding into the other aspects of it. Right pan, center. Anyway, and then the root is the feedback that you get from the actual root chord or the initial thing that you played in. So all of that fairly straightforward. The Medris Hedra looks quite complicated on the face of it. I've read the manual and stuff, but experiment, keep things simple like the actual guitar part that you're playing, and I think you can get some really cool sounds out of this. Cheers.